All right, and it's another wonderful morning in the city of Lagos, Nigeria, and across Africa. Welcome to the Bumper Breakfast on MITV. Trust me, thank you. I want to especially thank every one of you for always staying put and staying glued to every of our programs on MITV. My name is Stanley Paul Ikao, and like I've always said, in our usual manner, we are always here to bring you nothing but the best of information that you can always bank on. Trust me, we have never and we would never defame anybody. We have never and would never libel anybody because, yes, we have a lawyer, a barrister that tinkers us, that puts us through, that makes us understand what the things we need to say and how we need to say it. Yes, professionally, we know how to do our thing, but then you need the legal backing. Even though some lawyers failed integrity tests, we will touch on that in the course of the program. Once again, my name is Stanley Paul Ikao, and it's been an amazing year. Just less than 48 hours to the end of 2025. Today is the last Monday in the year 2025. The next Monday will be coming. It's going to be in the new year. This morning I won't be running solo. I have two wonderful people in the studio with me. My colleagues. Afa, why did you review them? Allow me to review their face before you review their face. You are working too fast this morning. No, come back to me. But you've done the needful already. I have Abela Ismail on my fire right.
Fastest finger.
I don't understand. I have Abela Ismail from my fire right. Please permit me. I apologize. I want to break protocol this morning, so I'll start from my fire right. Abela Ismail, good morning.
Good morning, Stanley Paul Ikao. How are you today?
Very well and good. Okay. I understand. And of course, like I said, Barrister Pink Egbe joins us on the program this morning. Barrister, how you doing?
I'm fine, and you're looking better. We don't have one eye Stanley anymore.
Okay. I want to commend the RS Department of the Nigerian Police Force. I came here and I lamented over the inhuman treatment, the unprofessional character they displayed on the road. And good a thing, I lodged the complaint and it was treated professionally. So I must commend Shego Ali, the Deputy Commander, and I must give kudos to everyone, the SO of the IRS. I must say those guys did a great job in tackling what transpired on Owode Road between me, myself, and the guys, yes, the officers that were deployed on that road. So many things happened on that ground, but we'll leave it at that. So kudos to the men of the Nigerian Police Force, the IRS department. So let's move on. Stanley, I don't clear. When you get judgment, it heals you quickly. So my eyes are clear now. It is what it is. I'm happy. Abela, first things first. Let's start from the home front. Yes, there's so many reports. The strike in Sokoto, the Lakurawa that have moved, that are looking for another hideout. It's looking like maybe gradually we are beginning to get some reasonable result as regards tackling insurgency. Whereas trillions have been expended, so many have been budgeted. The 2026 budget also has security votes in it. Over time, it has been like that. But let's start on a lighter note before we move into the main topic. The NNPC is still there. The National Assembly workers frowning at appointments. Fayosha and Engineer Seyi Makinde. Nigeria is one stage at a time, not just one scene, or one stage at a time. So, what do you make of this development regarding the US airstrike in Sokoto?
You see, one of the things I would like to correct, and I would like Nigerians to please be wary of, is the video and the pictures that is going around.
Yeah.
You see, we don't need to use event that has happened,
Past events,
to now make it as if it was the strike.
Yeah.
We've not seen
videos or pictures,
but you are now sending something. Like yesterday, a lot of pictures were sent. That it's not good to the eye. You understand? Now, claiming that these are the people, these are the terrorists that the U.S. strike, were able
attempted.
It was not true. The picture was once an event of an explosion.
It's an explosion.
It was an explosion. We are not bringing out the picture now to show as if it was the attack. So that one apart, please let us be cautious. Let's be mindful about the pictures that we sent out to reflect the present situation. Concerning Nigeria-US strike, Trump has already told us that he is coming. There were hue and cry that no, don't come, you can come, this and that. But today, we are already getting the result. Why do I say that? Before US strike, they have already outlined where they are going, where they are going to start. We know where is Zambeza forest. They don't go to Zambeza forest, but they went straight to Sokoto to start from where they believe is the genesis of the whole thing. You see, those are the things that we need to understand. You want to cut a tree. The first thing you cut the branches to ensure that you have the tree that you want to cut. But if you don't cut all the branches, the more you are trying to cut from the beginning, the branches will be spread. That is what I think the US have been able to achieve with the Nigerian government, because the Nigerian government knew everything about their coming, their strike, and where they're going to strike first.
Okay, Barrister Pink, you just highlighted some of the positives. Then let's look at, in general now, there's no how such a strike will be carried out. I make bold to say that every now and then we hear the military foiling suspected attack by militants, now proscribed as terrorists. When things like this happen, definitely some innocent will definitely pay the price. It's very unfortunate, but it is what it is. Now, how come we've not seen videos? We've not seen pictures. I'll give an instance. The unending rift or war between Russia and Ukraine. Each time there's an airstrike, each time there's a strike, we see videos, we see pictures, we see those that have been evacuated. I'm talking about survivors and those that are in the hospital. We didn't see any of this. So we don't even know the number of affected casualties of terrorists that was killed or that got injured in all of this. Now, is there any form of transparency in all of this? I'm not trying to fault what the American government have done in collaboration with the Nigerian government, but do you see any form of transparency in all of this? Okay.
You see, it's something about the pictures, right? Let me start from there. As a blogger, we need pictures to push our stories. But there's something they call caution. You can say this picture is for illustration purposes. So people might say, okay, it's not the picture, but it's just giving you an idea of it. So people should also take note of that so that they will understand that it's not the picture, but this thing might have happened. Now, concerning the strike, let me tell you what happened. I think even the US played a little bit, they were tricky about the strike.
In what way?
They informed Nigeria they were going to strike.
Sure.
They are aware, but I don't think they told them the
details on where
they are going to strike. Let me tell you what you don't understand. You see, he said something, and that was what was in my mind. You know, this spider, when they move, their webs
spread across.
They just spread, right? If you notice what Trump keeps saying, he said the ISIS. He didn't say Boko Haram.
Exactly. ISIS.
The ISIS. So that means this ISIS, there was a time Kenya was the target. They were attacking foreigners in 5-star hotels, right? So now means after they pushed them off Kenya, these people went to Sokoto, right? And were attacking, and you will never know their headquarters. So I believe that Nigerian intelligence actually found out that it was Sokoto.
But Lakurawa started from Kebbi. Yeah?
See,
Lakurawa started from Kebbi.
Maybe their headquarters, they don't want you to know. Do you understand?
Okay.
Maybe their headquarters, they don't want you to know. So that if they run, your mind will not get to Sokoto. Do you understand? I was even ashamed.
Look at the distance between.
See, I was even ashamed.
Kebbi, Sokoto.
See, look, I was even ashamed when I heard that Sokoto, because Sokoto was where my father was born, and we have a family house there. You understand? Anytime they are shooting, I have my relative in Kaduna, Sokoto, and Jos. So most of them in Jos, we told them to move to Sokoto. So at this point, I'm like, so that is the headquarters. Do you understand what I'm saying? The truth about this whole thing is that we thought we knew. But we never knew. So I am shocked. You know that thing I've been shouting, that the DSS should be on ground. So I'm sure Nigeria gave them intelligence, but they did more intelligent work than the Nigerian.
But Sokoto borders Burkina Faso.
Yeah.
It borders Niger Republic.
Yes.
It borders some other states.
Yeah.
Other countries, I beg your pardon. Now, first things first, don't you think we need to first close our porous borders? Now, I make bold to say that in the north, that's where it looks like our border, the porosity of our border is much more glaring. Now, to put all of this to an end, first, the intelligence of the Nigerian government and our security operatives should first close our borders. Before, because there's no how you want to strike if our borders are still open. These people will escape from our borders and go to different countries. Now, if you must nip them, like I said, don't you think it's time for first our borders to be closed? Then this airstrike would make meaningful sense to you.
Yeah, you are right saying that or advocating for the closure of borders. Now, look at what Burkina Faso did. Immediately, the U.S. strike, they announced the closure.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Why do they do that? Because they don't want the in quotes, the ISIS, the insurgents, to move into their country. So as you are moving, they will send you back. So that's when we also give our government and US forces another advantage to be able to capture them or to leave them about. So I want to believe that closing our border now, well, it might be a good thing, but for now, we should have done that before the strike commences.
Yeah.
Wow. I just.
But there's something I want to say. You know, just like the US, they understand the porosity of borders because they too are facing it. They face it from California. To Mexico. They also face it from Texas, and they face it from one other state, right? So what they did was that they alerted the people that actually stay around those corners for their eyes to be there, and they're properly armed.
Yeah.
So from that Texas, from San Antonio side, there's a river. So immediately people in their houses start seeing people crossing from that river to their own side of the US. Boom, they are already shooting.
Are you very busy saying Nigeria should be armed?
No, people that live in that border.
That's what I'm saying.
So if your country allows, kind of
because that's where these forest guards that they just graduated should
7,000 forest guards.
You understand? So what they should do is to create houses, proper houses. You understand? Because most of the people that do bounty are actually staying at the borders in the US because they know that the person that is escaping will pass through the border. I hope you understand.
Sure, I do.
So the truth about this thing is that many countries are facing porous borders, especially the Eastern Europe people. If you notice, one line chalk, they will draw one chalk. Sure. This one is another country. This is another country. So we are. It's not a unique case that we are facing porous borders. But how did they handle their own? Is the people that stay around that border.
Okay. All right. Thank you so very much, Abiola Ismail and Barrister Payne. Let's go straight to another important matter. I make bold to say that it's good when you criticize the government as an opposition. Yeah, I beg your pardon. Now, you must understand that the job of Mr. President, you can't narrow it down to the country alone. If he's invited for an international meeting, you can't say he shouldn't go. What am I saying in essence? The ADC and some political parties and opposition, as it were, are saying, why would Mr. President travel out of the country for a summit in the United Arab Emirates when there's insecurity in the land? If he keeps staying back in the country to tackle insecurity, who then will represent Nigeria at this international summit? Let's understand that one. Now, I understand the fact that human life, the job of Mr. President is to secure life and property. He also needs to bring foreign investors into the country. As much as we need the country to be secured for foreign investors to come in and invest their money, and at the end of the day make return on investment, you also must ensure, we also must understand that if the president doesn't go out, seek for international bodies or communities to come invest in this country, then we're not a people. What am I saying in essence? Mr. President left the country yesterday. The what's it called now?
To Europe.
No, to Europe. I'm talking about the summit that's going to take place in Abu Dhabi. Okay, let me just quickly read this. He was invited by Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the president of the United Arab Emirates. He traveled yesterday. Now, a statement by a special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Ononuga, said the president will proceed from Europe to Abu Dhabi to participate in the 2026 edition of Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week. That's AGSW 2026, scheduled to hold early in January. So from January 11 to January 17, that's when Mr. President will be away from this country. Now, in all of this, he came to Lagos to rest. It is normal. Whether you love him or hate him, even if Peter Obi was the president, he would still have time for himself to. That's the truth. Even if it was Atiku Abubakar that was the president, it's a normal thing for Mr. President to have a rest. Now he has traveled to ensure that Nigeria keeps getting foreign investors, sell to the world the positive. How we can also collaboratively work on ending the negative. So it's a collaborative effort that all hands must be on deck to work on. Now, where do you see all of these things panning out? He has gone out. Hopefully, at the end of the day, he will come back with positive results. And what do you make of this?
You see, one thing you need to understand about the opposition party is they always look for lacuna. They always look for anywhere just for them to be relevant, to talk anytime. Yes, just to talk anytime. Even if Mr. President is making 73% out of 100, okay, they will still talk that. Where is that 28? Why is it failing? Why is it failing? Why is it failing? But if you put them there, they're still going to do the same thing. So it's better for you to listen less, but act fast. That's the best way. Listen less, because the more you listen to this opposition, the more you'll be derailed in your own idea. The more you'll be derailed in what this man is doing, the more you'll be derailed in the positive things that is coming to the country. Now, we were all here when Mr. President came on board May 29 and announced no more subsidy. Everything skyrocketed. You understand? As of today, what is our inflation? It's dropping for the 6th consecutive time.
I think we are on 14 points something, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, you're right. So it's dropping and it will continue to drop. It will continue to drop. The reflection of that dropping now is what we need to, between you and I. Why? If I'm selling tomato, you are selling yam. Let us make it reflect on it. If it's not reflecting, people will not know whether it is dropping or not. That's the problem. Nigerians, if price of petrol today, goes up from 739 to 800, you will see our transporters jacking up their prices.
Yeah.
But if it drops from 750 even to 600, they will still tell you that no, it's still on the high side. So
it's not reflecting.
Make any reflection on their prices. That's where the problem lies. So for the opposition, allow them to talk. And mind you, as they are talking, they are also putting fire on Mr. President and the government to do more. That's where I see it. Because if you don't see somebody checking you, criticizing what you are doing, you will think that you are doing the best.
Okay, Barrister Pink. Now, according to the statement, the Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week is a week-long global platform that convenes leaders from government, business, and civil society to advance conversations and action on sustainable development. That underlying word, sustainable development. Now, he talked about the reduction in inflation. Beautiful. Nigerians are beginning to feel it. Why? Because of the cost of food prices have reduced. All those perishables.
Not for this Christmas. After Christmas, I will know.
Hold on. At least rice was sold at how much?
Exactly 57. 50.
Before now it was 80. It was 70. Now at least a bag of rice, foreign rice. Now permit you to use that word. Is sold for like 55,000 naira.
Max 60.
That's at least a reasonable amount. Yes. Hopefully, as the day goes by, it will drop down. Now that's a good achievement. Take it or leave it. A pass mark. You look at perishables, the tomatoes, the pepper. Before now, it was expensive. Why? Because it was a scarce commodity. Now you find them everywhere around the major markets. That's another good development. So if all of this, the basic needs of Nigerians, that's what we are talking about. The basic needs of Nigerians. If an average Nigerian can afford a square meal per day, definitely most of his problem is solved. Now, to you, a new development, a sustainable one that must be driven by every government official and leaders of the world. Now, the convergence of these people, of these political leaders or government leaders, as it were, it's not applicable to only Nigeria.
Yes.
But we always draw attention because we like to wash our dirty linen in public. You are traveling
shameless.
because you are traveling when your house is on fire. So are you saying because, God forbid now, someone loses a child, after 3 months, the person should not continue his or her life?
So there's something I want to say. He just gave one example that was coming very close, which is our family. Our parents, they want to take care of us. Their mind is with us.
Sure.
But when they are leaving, they dedicate. You, do this.
Absolutely.
You,
Yeah.
warm food. When it's 5, when it's 2. You know, just like that.
Mm-hmm.
When you're coming back from school, walk straight. Don't look left, don't look right.
Sure.
But the truth about thing is that if I'm the one, we need a vacation because Nigerians, if you listen to them through social media, through every point, you find out that they don't even recognize the good things. They keep hammering on the bad thing, and that is why when on the international media send it back to us, we become angry and we start shouting. No,
And whereas that's what we portray on the daily basis.
yeah, you tell them bad everything about them, then the ones that like doing innocency, as if they don't commit crime in their country, will not tell you people are criminals. You will not say you what? But you've forgotten that you are the one that said we are all thieves. They are stealing our money. So you have to be smart about life. Nobody is saying that you should not complain, but how is your complaint being conveyed? I hope you understand. Yeah. And that's why sometimes when people are going violent, I say, well, you can just petition. And that's the good thing about this internet. You can raise a petition, and you might just see 1 million petition against this person. You can use it in any international court if your government or your court in your country is not listening to you. Do you understand?
Sure.
But Nigerians, our mouth is open. Your president needs a break from you people. You people can talk nonsense for 1 week before you go to Abu Dhabi. Because if you use the same brain to go to Abu Dhabi, you might just miss here. That is the truth about this whole thing. People don't understand that sometimes that break helps you to organize yourself. Put yourself together. Yeah, I tell people you need a timeout. Time out. You can't be doing that same thing every day. So you need to break. Because if you don't break, you'll be shouting at people like this. And the person will be like, can you put your voice down?
And that has to do with your mental health.
Yes. So
because if you don't rest, there's no how it won't trigger anger.
Yes.
Any little thing raises
you are
anger.
there. Yes. So you need a break. Some people don't understand this system, and that's why they are out there and they are messy.
Abiola, former Minister of Education, Obieze Kusili, has come out to say that the current government is embracing and frolicking with terrorists. These were the people that started the Bring Back Our Girls campaign.
Yes.
Herself, Aisha Yusuf, and the likes. The Chibok girls. Fine. But each time I hear people like this talk, and I must give kudos to Okonjo-Iweala, Dr. Okonjo-Iweala. She has set a standard. You must ensure that you use your intellectual brilliance to bring in good things into the country. She is out there doing, I think, representing Nigeria, was with the PDP. She isn't with the APC, but she is representing Nigeria out there.
Out there, yeah.
That's to tell you that there are still positive things that can happen in this country. We still have products in this country that can represent this country in the international community. This is what I'm saying. This one says, the founder of the School of Politics, okay, you don't even get School of Politics, School of Politics, Policy and Governance, and former Vice President of the World Bank, Dr. Obieze Kusili, has accused the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of coddling terrorists when it has the opportunity to finish them off. She might have a point. The co-convener of the Bring Back Our Girls, an advocacy group formed over 11 years ago to campaign for the release of more than 200 girls abducted from a secondary school in Chibok, Borno State, condemned via our official X handle that government officials encounters with bandits without taking decisive decision. Quoting her now, and I'll just leave it there. She said, it is accurate to state that our federal and state government, led at the time by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, are by their appeasement strategy and enabling terrorists by rewarding their criminal behavior. Yola, this is where this point now. I don't know why. I'm sure she's coming from the angle of the Gumi negotiating with bandits on behalf of this country. I understand. But then, we have always clamored for an all-inclusive effort. All hands must be on deck. If you see something, say something. If you want a Nigeria that you and I can be proud of, contribute your own quota. If after contributing your own quota, you say, okay, after all my efforts, nothing, I want to back down, then you would have every justification. But she has always been criticizing. I'm shocked that they've not even started clamoring for the bring back our girls. Aisha Yusuf is somewhere now relaxing. But in all of this, don't you think, like you said earlier, if there was no lacuna, Obi Ezekwesili would not be lamenting this much?
You see, one thing we need to understand about the CSOs or human rights activists and NGOs and all that, as they call themselves, they have a prototype of the way they do things. This is what we want to achieve. Now, how we're going to achieve that is for us to castigate the government of the day. Now, go and do this, go and do that. Are you telling us that government not have an agency taking charge of security? Are you saying that with all what we've been achieving from the government, now you now pick out dining and whining with terrorists as an issue? We have Gumi, who has been mediating with the government and the terrorists, and the man is working freely in Nigeria. Yes, some people are calling for his head, some people are calling for him to be arrested, some people are, but plus or minus, this man, if we are able to work on him very well, I want to believe that he can take our security personnel to where these people are. That's one.
You think so?
Yes.
Yeah, he might just be wired.
He might
just be wired. Get there. All they need is just tracking. Let's just know the location.
Okay.
Now, looking at Madam Obi Ezekwesili, he was a former minister.
Yeah, two-time minister of education.
Two-time education, and he cannot tell us that he has not been able, or she has not been able to even move around the country to know the porosity or the peculiarity of each state.
Yeah.
That's my point. Now, because government is now trying to win these people to their side, for them to be able to ensure that we have security in all any means that you want to try, just to ensure that we have security. If by way of, okay, you need money, please take money, can we please release our children, release our daughters, our sons, whoever that you must have kidnapped, can you please release them? And they do. Are we not winning them? Then you now go back for another strategy on how to get them. But if you are now criticizing government, for every step government takes, you criticize. For every step you criticize, then where do you think government can even stop or start and end their process?
Okay, now Barrister Pink, she said, according to her, a capable Nigerian state of the past would never coddle terrorists.
Yeah.
Adding that all who persist in harming and killing our country and people, especially our children, would have long been finished off by a caring and competent government. As the Nigerian government has a constitutional duty to protect and secure the lives of the citizen. This is where I think we need to dwell on now.
Yeah.
Now, she's invariably saying that the previous government, before the APC took over, would have cleansed the land.
But they able to do that?
Hold on.
That the PDP.
Hold on now. Abiola, hold on. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo spent 8 years, from 1999 to 2011.
PDP spent 16 years.
No, hold on now. It's all of this started towards the end of Obasanjo's regime. Right. It wasn't nipped in the bud.
Yeah.
It grew. It metamorphosed.
And escalated.
It escalated, and it got to where we are today. How come the PDP that spent 16 years couldn't cleanse insecurity, couldn't take out terrorism, couldn't fish out terrorists, didn't ensure that our lands and communities were safe for businesses to operate? Is now saying that if it was the capable government of the past, that's the underlining word. Yeah. So are we saying, is she invariably saying that this current administration is incapable of tackling insecurity? That's where I want us to draw this thing from.
All these people, they are just lucky I'm not President Tinubu's aide. the one that will speak for him. Because I would have just said no problem. If we should gather and do that, that match, the one who will sit down with the woman with the big hair, all of them, I will just carry gun, sis and Lisa, help us find her. You know if it's easy. Because sometimes when people speak, you are not helping. Let me tell you what people don't understand about private investigation. Say that we brought credible information where they are and they did not act on it. You will see our type fighting the government. Why? But you will just come outside and sit on grass and be shouting, pack gun, give them. Don't need to sit on the ground. Carry them to the border of Sambisa side. See, start from here, walk. Give the army clothes or the. Is it not? We have women in the army. What are you saying? At the time of war, this is what people don't understand. Nobody's age is limited. Everybody can fight.
The Chibok girls were abducted under which administration?
Under the good Lord Jonathan. In our spillover, you know that earlier time of.
You know why all of this sounds funny? You know all of this.
The lady must have even been grandmama of 4 or 6,
now.
and you don't even know her mindset at this time. You have to be careful who you want to go and rescue. Are you rescuing your friend or your enemy? Let me tell you what I don't even like. People, you can criticize me or what I want to say, but if I want to save myself, I save myself. Every other person were released, Abi. They asked her, renounce your Christianity. She said no. Abi, I will not lie for anybody. God, you are watching me, you know my mind. So I know my mouth and my mind, they work together. I will say I renounce Christianity. When I reach house, I continue my church. That is my kind of person. Because why? I need to save myself.
Now, Barrister Pink, you just drew my attention to something.
You know,
the way we practice religion in this part of the world. I'm sorry to say this. Barrister Pink just brought to my knowledge something that happened. A woman just lost her life.
Yeah. Because of love transfusion.
Now, instead of you to first save your life, must we always apply, I don't want to use a derogatory word now. You know you need to live. See, faith or not, your life comes first.
Exactly.
Whoever preaches that you should not do blood transfusion because it is this, it is that, just to save your life, will the person save your life? No. Even the religion has said we should not be foolish and stupid. But the way we practice it, now the woman is gone.
Can't you use? I want you to use Dr. Azim's explanation.
That's what I'm going to.
Please.
Abela, we were there.
Because
we were there. Now, we will say this. I am glad that Abela is on set with me this morning. A woman lost her life.
Yeah.
She belongs to a particular church. I don't want to mention the name of the church right now. She belongs to a particular church.
JW.
No. Let's just leave it at that. She belongs to a particular church. And
particular faith.
A particular faith. Now, what they practice there is best known to them.
Yeah.
But in life, we all are professional in our different fields. I am a professional in broadcasting. Abela is a professional in broadcasting. Barrister Pink is a professional at law. Now, does that mean that when it comes to a matter of life and death, professionalism should not be applied? You drop religion somewhere. While you pray in your church, in your mosque, you allow the doctors perform what they practice what they practice. Now, this woman has lost her life as a result of her faith, saying they should not transfuse blood. That person that preached that thing to her, that opened her brain and poured all of those funny mindsets in her. Whoever must have how do I put it, hypnotized her with that thinking, I'm sure that person would not be there to take care of her children that she left behind. And looking at that woman, she's still young.
Yeah.
So do not be stupid and foolish in practicing your religion. The Holy Quran and the Bible does not tell you that. So now this brought me to all of this we're just saying now. What you believe and what you should stand for. Two things now. Dr. Azim said something that this same thing happened. It was as if this revelation would come out. We were somewhere, and Dr. Azim, the chief medical director in Ogun State,
former chairman of Nigeria Medical Association,
Ogun State. Now, he said this same thing happened, and he asked the woman, "Do you want to leave?" And the woman said, "Yes." And from there, they did one abracadabra. Okay, Shibi, you don't want us to transfuse blood into this woman.
No, the man he was telling the husband that okay, you don't want blood transfusion because of your faith.
Your faith,
no problem.
No problem.
The man entered, the doctor entered, and I asked the woman, "You have two options.
You have to leave.
Do you want to live? Yes. Or do you want to die without blood transfusion? I don't want to die. So you prefer to live? Yes." He now called the nurses inside. You pass through here. You pass through and go and get blood.
This same faith.
This same faith.
This same faith.
And the man is a professional. He's a doctor, medical doctor. They did the transfusion, and the woman survived. And they now told the husband and the rest of the member of the church that your wife is alive now. He said,
the God of our faith.
The God of our faith. The God of our faith. I don't want to use the word.
Yeah.
The God of our faith. I say, I told you, the woman will leave. We don't need to do that. Let's assume after 2-3 years, the woman now said, "See you. I did this. We just sue."
No. So
the medical doctor.
There's something I want to say. So
this faith.
2021, I removed a tumor, a 5-pound tumor, right? And before then, I knew there would be blood transfusion, but they didn't communicate it with me. But they wrote it from the paper they keep bringing.
Yeah.
And then I said, please, can we screen the blood? You understand? Because of all this HIV and all that. If you see plenty blood, they brought. That saved me. Why? Because immediately after the operation, in short, I even woke up in between the operation and I saw my whole tummy open. And the only thing I was just hearing was, they should inject me so that to put me back. So that thing did not make me to wake up for days. So when I even woke up finally, there was blood to revitalize. Do you know, I was so weak. To even hold my phone, I was like this. See, I was like this. People don't know what vitality can help you. Even when they try to push the bed like this, at least let me just sit up. My eye started turning. So vitality help you connect to every senses that have been dead. It brings you back to life. I will not lie to you. This life, you can't buy it back.
Definitely.
If life be doing voodoo, you know those people that do voodoo. That you know, those voodoo people are the people that can bring blood. That is zombie. That is not the human being. That is the truth. That is zombie. Do not put your Lord, your God, into a test. If you're a Christian, go and read that part of the Bible. It's very important. When the devil said, "Jump, the angels will catch you," I said, do not put your Lord, your God, into a test. I will beware. God kept all these people for a reason. Do you think that God will have time to come and be operating on everybody? That was why they created doctors, lawyers, scientists, opticians, teeth. Because you don't need to be calling God for all these small things. Call him for things that you believe that you can never handle.
Thank you very much. Please, don't be foolish while you practice religion. It's as simple as that. In Nigeria, it's always one scene, one case to another. Peter Ayodele Fayose and Engineer Seyi Makinde are at each other. 1, the interest of the people. 2, transparency and accountability, or the will of the government. We'll go on this quick break. When we come back, this and more we'll be talking about on the Bumper Breakfast. Don't go anywhere.
This is AFCON, my friend. Everything is a competition. Everything.
Enjoy AFCON Morocco 2025 from 21st December to 18th January on SuperSport. Join the family today. Get DSTV for a new lower price of 7,900 Naira.
It is that time of the year again!
This Christmas, StarTimes is bringing Joy Unlimited to your home with a double upgrade promo.
Yes, you heard it!
Okay, here's the deal. Simply recharge 1 month on Nova, Basic and Classic and enjoy double upgrade for 1 month, while Super or Global subscribers enjoy 5 extra days for free. Or recharge for 2 months on Nova, Basic, Classic and enjoy double upgrade for 2 months plus 10 extra days, while Super or Global subscribers enjoy 20 extra days for free.
Good deal, right? Sure it is! We have got something for everyone this festive season. From blockbuster movies, live sports, best kiddies content, premium Bollywood and novella series, and of course, exclusive shows like the Hello Mr. Right.
To enjoy this offer, recharge between November 15th to January 15th at any StarTimes office or dealer outlets. The more the recharge, the more the magic. Terms and conditions apply. StarTimes. Enjoy digital life.
All right, welcome back. Yes, still so much to talk about. As much as we have limited time, we'll just run through them. Trust Abela Ismail and Barrister Pim to do justice to some of the talking points. Now let's go straight to where Oyo State, where Barrister, I beg your pardon, Engineer Seyi Makinde and the former governor of Ekiti State, Peter Ayodele Fayose, are throwing jabs and tantrums at each other. Now, first things first. It was the former governor that alleged that 50 billion naira was disbursed following the explosion that rocked Bodija in 2024, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, understand. Now, quickly read this out so you understand the point where I'm coming from. It says former Ekiti State Governor Ayodele Fayose has released what he described as documentary evidence to support his claim that Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde received 50 billion naira from the federal government as a special intervention fund following January 2024 explosion in Ibadan. Fayose made this document public on Sunday in a statement accompanied by a memo from the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation. Politics. Why would the Accountant General release such an information to Peter Ayodele Fayose? That's number one. I'm going somewhere. He said the disclosure followed a challenge by Makinde to substantiate his earlier claim that the Oyo State government received the funds. 2 days ago, according to him now, I stated on national television that Oyo State, under the governor, Seyi Makinde received 50 billion from the federal government as intervention for the Ibadan explosion. Yesterday, the governor asked me to provide evidence, and here is the evidence. Now, the former governor further alleged that only 4.5 billion naira was disbursed to victims of the explosion, accusing Makinde of diverting the remaining funds for personal political ambition. Okay, let me just take this quote now. According to him, only 4.5 billion naira was paid to the victims of the Ibadan explosion. The rest, alongside other intervention funds, was diverted to fund his presidential ambition. This, in part, explains the crisis in the PDP and his frequent attack on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his administration. Abela Ismail, first things first, would there ever be a time where political office holder will be transparent and accountable? That's number one. Number two, does the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation have the right to provide information or documents like that to Peter Ayodele Fayose?
Yes.
That's okay. Number two. Now, number three. Instead of Peter Ayodele Fayose, why didn't the Accountant General or the Office of the Accountant General make it public for Nigerians to see, and not just one person in particular?
Okay.
Now there is a rift. This is why I'm asking this. This is why I'm saying this is this. Let's look at it from the angle of the rift between Makinde and Fayose. Remember, there was a G5 before. Then everybody started breaking out, and then now some of them are now ambassadors.
Yes.
There would always be interest. There would always be personal greed and gains. Don't you think there's more to this? Yes, sure. Like I said, there's more to this now. Politically motivated to still continually distort the unity of the PDP. Because ordinarily, like I said, if not for one or two reasons, this should have been in public domain and not in custody of identified just to tackle Seyi Makinde. Your opinion?
Now, let me explain one thing. There's one thing we call freedom of information. Bill. And in as much as you ask, you seek to know something, and you go through that freedom of information bill, you get it. So you and I can get it. Anybody can get it. So,
but will you?
Yes. If you want to get it.
How often can?
No, I'm just telling you that's what
I'm looking at our position right now.
Yes.
He's influential, a former governor.
It's not a matter of that you are influential.
No, see, that's what
says.
See, what we practice in this country is what I'm telling you.
Hello.
You and I know.
Have you ever tried anyone and you were denied?
Okay, you and I will try very soon, and we'll see if they would avail us.
Okay, that's one.
All right, let's move.
Now, let's take it one by one. Do we have any politicians who are transparent, trustworthy? No.
I can't remember any.
It's capital no in Nigeria of today.
Okay.
I don't know of tomorrow.
Okay.
As of today, no. Second, for Fayose to be able to get that document, is it right or wrong? It's right. Because it may be, maybe not, must have used the Freedom of Information Bill to push for it. Okay. That's second. And looking at diversion or no diversion or whatever reason and all that, those are political statements. Okay. Now, Mr. Fayose, came out to say that the federal government released 50 billion to engineer Seyi Makinde. The governor of Oyo State, asked former governor of Ekiti State, can you please prove it? Place down, put it on the table, your document to justify what you're saying. The man came out and dropped a document of 30 billion. Are you getting my point? Now, the governor and the aides were not saying that, they've spent 4.5 billion. The question here is, where is the remaining 25.5 billion? Diverted to where? For political ambition? I don't know. But that was the allegation former governor of the state is putting to governor of Oyo State. But the point here is, you released money was released. Oyo State government collected money. Was the money well implemented or used for something else? That is the riddle.
Okay, Barrister, let me get your thought before we touch on the response of the government of Oyo State. What do you make of all of this?
So the truth about this thing is that you can actually get a court order, especially when they are stubborn, to give you an information that you're supposed to know about when the matter is in court, when it's in contention. Okay. So it's in contention. That was why Fayose demanded for it, and they cannot decline. But if they decline, they will be roped into the fraud. I hope you understand. So the truth about this matter is that I would have loved, Fayose is in a hurry, I would have loved that when Seyi Makinde is no longer in power and he brings out all this, he cannot arrange the whole thing. Because as I'm speaking to you now, everybody that eating from that billion start returning, they've asked after the money. And you'll be shocked and surprised that the money will be there. And he will look like a fool, right? So you have to be smart when you are reading out such information, because if EFCC is stepping in now, he still has immunity.
Definitely.
And two, they will see the money there. But when you are out of power, it will be hard for you to call all the people that have eaten, return the money.
Okay, I agree that we need to set a template.
Yes.
We need to set a standard. But you'd also agree with me that several relief funds like this have also been given out, and none of these serving of former governors have been accountable as to how they spent this money.
Because of what happened now.
No, that's
see, hold on, sorry.
That's transparency and accountability.
No, hold on. You should understand what I'm going to. If you go to the north, so much has been disbursed for relief of affected people. Till date, no governor has come out to say we got XYZ, we expended XYZ, and this is what we have in reserve. If there was nothing attached, I'm talking about sentiment. I'm talking about the interest of both of them. I'm sure Fayose would not have gone this far. to obtain this document just to nail Seyi Makinde. So there are so many angles to it. There is a political angle that you must ensure that everything that you want to do to keep PDP in reckoning, we must foil it. So, like I said, if there's no smoke, there will be fire.
Yeah.
So in all of this, yes, I understand that we must set the ball rolling. We must ensure that transparency becomes our watchword. And Engineer Seyi Makinde, he said he made his first $1 million $1 million when what's it years or week graduated from law school.
With that lace I saw.
Leave that thing. At least he made $1 million. That lace. In all of this, where does the interest of the people lie? Because all of this, like I said, is tilting towards the 2027 general election. Take it or leave it. So it's a case of, if you don't want to do our bidding, we would expose all of the irregularities.
Exactly. That's what is happening.
Okay. Now let me take the reaction of the Oyo State government. We are pressed for time. We'll run through it. There's still the angle of the NNPCL saying that there's so much that needs to be done. Now the Oyo State governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, why Barrister Pingo, you don't enter my head.
It's okay.
Engineer Seyi Makinde on Sunday hit back at former Ekiti State Governor Ayodele Fayose over claims that the federal government released 50 billion to Oyo State as relief funds following the January 2024 explosion in Bodija, Ibadan. In a statement issued by the special advisor on media, Dr. Sulaiman Olarewaju, Makinde clarified that while Oyo State requested for 50 billion, the federal government only released 30 billion. Revelation. Okay. After Fayose had argued that 50 billion was disclosed, Fayose argued that Makinde only declined the president's request to help organize. Fayose argued that Makinde declined the president's request to help organize the All Progressives Congress in Oyo State, but did not inform Nigerians about the alleged federal assistance. Now you see where I'm coming from, that there is a politically motivated move in all of this. God bless Nigeria. God bless Nigeria. Don't worry, Amila. Don't let me take your reaction. Now let's move on. And I think I'm really enjoying the conversation this morning. But trust me, like I said, it's always at once in 22 in Nigeria. You wake up today, it's another different ballgame entirely. You sleep today, just be rest assured that you wake up, it's always at once in 22, and you ask yourself, how did we find ourselves here?
What we are just experiencing now is not far from what Wiki and Fubara has gone through. Between Fayose and Makinde, both of them, they were good friends.
Of course.
When they were in PDP. Okay. Fayose still claimed that he's still in PDP. Or maybe he must have left.
He has not left.
But the point is, officially. But the point here is, Makinde is looking forward to a bigger position, and he needs all these monies to push his ambition. If there were nothing like you said before, we wouldn't have heard of anything. That's sure. We wouldn't have heard of it. But because Makinde and Mr. President have a fallout, and to just try to ensure that PDP is no more irrelevance, then they need to get somebody like Fayose. Okay, come on, release. We get you all the documents, don't worry. Just go ahead. He's not doing it for fun.
You get why? Let's move on. Now let's come back and talk about the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited now. Ojulari, you know the meaning of Ojulari? What's your YSC? No, it's the face you see. I beg your pardon. It's the face that you see. That's the meaning of Ojulari. Now, the Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited, Bayo Ojulari, on Sunday assured Nigerians that the ongoing price competition in the downstream petroleum sector will ultimately benefit consumers. Now, he described the current market tension as a natural consequence of Nigeria's transition from total import dependence to domestic refining. So gradually they are now beginning to align with the vision of Aliko Dangote. He said, where there is healthy competition, the buyers are the ultimate beneficiaries. And I think for us, we need to keep our minds that the market will stabilize. Are we looking at having pump price of petrol sold at maybe 400 or 500? Well, fingers crossed. He said after a while, there will be some tension because we are going through a major transition. He told journalists after briefing Mr. President in Lagos. According to The Punch, they report that the NNPCL boss made the remarks against the backdrop of an intense price war that has seen petrol prices crash from over 1,200, that's the inflation that we just spoke about, reducing to 14 and will still reduce in the days and weeks to come. From over 1,200 per litre in November 2024 to as low as 739 naira per litre at some retail outlets in December 2025, driven primarily by competition between Dangote Refinery, NNPCL, and independent marketer. Abiola, in all of this, are we possibly seeing the price of PMS going down when we have a competitive market? That is what it should be. Price control.
Yeah.
You understand? You are the NNPCL, and they just said that they would supply something to one gas, whatever, that would aid and still continue to have a reduction of a pump price reduce. What do you make of all this?
You see, from what we are experiencing right now, I want to appreciate the fight between the Dangote and the National
Petroleum
Corporation, NNPCL. And I will also advocate modular refineries should come up. What are we talking about modular? When you say modular refineries, that's when you have small refineries getting this thing done. Then the price that we're talking of today, 739, might even crash to 200. If we have as much as we can.
And we can even export outside the country.
Yeah.
At least I was happy when I saw that Dangote's first petrol landed in the US, and that means a whole lot to the country.
To us. When you say I'm in Nigeria,
so
we
I can
export
assure
oil.
you that if Mr. Ojulari can pursue his agenda very well and ensure that, okay, let's bring up all these modular refineries, especially in River State, in Delta State, even Lagos State, that can southwest. Then we have in Kaduna, we have in Kano and all that. Sincerely, the price will continue to fall. Mind you, we have BUA also coming up.
Yeah.
Yes, we have BUA also coming up. Once that one, gets on board, starts running, it will also affect the price. But we need what? Price control agents.
Very important.
Barrister Pink, what do you make of? Because I know you are an all-round businesswoman, apart from being a barrister. There's no business you have not ventured into apart from the sale of human parts.
You know. We even sold crayfish possible.
All right, quickly, what do you make of all of this?
The truth is that if you travel through going to the east, Delta State to be specific, there's a lot of abandoned petrol stations.
Sure.
Most of them were relying on the modular refineries. They sort out their crude somewhere illegally, and these guys, they brew it and sell.
Okay.
I will not lie to you. The one we bought
if you lie, I don't go know.
the one we bought in Delta took us to our destination, and our tank was still up. That means that person know how to turn it well.
Refine very well.
Exactly. And that was what Senator S, I'm not saying he's an S-senator, but a senator in Nigeria is a senator. Ben Bruce said this thing when he was talking about common sense. He said, don't chase them away, don't scare them away. This is common sense. Just bring them.
Exactly.
Make them, what are you mixing? No, this is wrong. This is how to mix it the way it's supposed to mix. He said this thing, and it's like nobody's trying to measure it, maybe for them out of pride. But the truth is that Ben Bruce was the first person that said this thing, and it's now making common sense.
It's now making common sense. I just hope that the common sense will be followed to the latter. Trust Mr. President, he seemed to be acting like a president that listens. You know why? When the leniency, whatever list came on board, and the whole world, including yours truly and everyone on this set, criticized that decision, he reverted. He had to reverse, and swiftly said no. But I still feel that someone should have paid the price. Someone should have paid the price. But it is what it is. Finally, let's talk about 34 lawyers that failed the integrity test. I won't leave this set without talking about 34 lawyers failing integrity test. That's her forte, Barrister Pink.
Yes.
That's her forte. So she would analyze that and give us reasons. Of course, not everybody. Some people will fail integrity test. Sure. When they look at you and look, you won't collect my job. Yeah. You must fail integrity test.
Yes.
And I'm reading from the Guardian newspaper. It says no fewer than 34 lawyers nominated for appointment as judges of the Federal High Court in Nigeria of Nigeria have failed the integrity test for appointment as judicial officers in Nigeria and have been dropped from the race. Oh, God have mercy. So you know if you judge my case. The integrity test is part of the new guidelines approved by the National Judicial Council (NJC) under the Chief Justice of Nigeria's CJN Justice Kudirat Kekereekun to eliminate persons of doubtful character from being appointed as judicial officers. I'll take that again. To eliminate persons of doubtful character from being appointed as judicial officers. Now, the 34 practitioners were part of the 62 applicants. So out of 62, 34 dropped. Oh God, 62 applicants nominated for the bench of the High Court, but were knocked out by various petitions against them during the integrity test. I'll put a pause here. Biola and Barrister Pink, doubtful character from being appointed as judges. How do you define that?
Sorry, when you raised this issue in the topic, I told you that if I don't like your face, forget it. Just forget it. Just like what we have in Lagos State, when permanent secretary are setting questions for those who want to be permanent secretary. In as much as you are not in our club, you are not in
our caucus,
just forget it. You have to do all. But what are we trying? What is the integrity test? Who cannot? How do you know that I cannot? That is the question. Because you're asking me a question that, okay, if you say something like this, how will you play it out? And I'm telling you the way how to play it out. You say no.
It's not hard to play it out. So sorry, let me interject at this time.
So run up.
Yeah. So you see, this is the integrity test. You know, there was a question you asked me if lawyers, if they are courtists. The truth about this whole thing is that they should not just start just from law school or from when they graduated. They should start from the university.
Okay.
I'm telling you, because no matter how notorious you have been, you are still notorious. Forget, they say monkey too, they wear jackets. I know somebody that I know very well that is in one. I don't want to call the particular court that was sitting, and I know that person very, very well when we're in that.
I know the guy.
So the truth about this thing, they should start from the university. If you have been mentioned or rusticated, because some people that they paste their face on the wall, rusticated, all of a sudden they are back to the system because they said they cleared them, right? Oga, it will not end like that, because it's as if when they graduate, all their sins are forgiven. No, your sin from the past, and that is will even help to stop all these courtesans in school, because some of them were openly doing this thing, making our lives miserable. But at the end, you just see them in very high places, and you'll be forced to close your mouth. And somebody is telling us we are courtists. We are not courtists. They know themselves when they entered and how they are now.
Okay. I wish we could go on and on. But trust me, Barrister Pink, we'll delve more on this on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Honestly, we'll delve more on this. Because if not 90%, at least, if not 100%, I beg your pardon, at least a larger portion of our sector needs to be cleansed. It needs to be cleansed. We need transparency. We need people that have got credibility. We need people that can account for everything and every penny they spend. Or in this part of the world, like Abela said, how many can boldly say that I have done this, I have done that, without any form of blemish? Thank you so very much, Abela Ismail. How do you sign out this morning as we go?
Well, we want to thank God for looking forward to seeing another year in the next
couple of hours.
72 hours now, less than 72 hours. And we pray that every one of us will want to do the crossover together.
Thank you very much. Barrister Pink, how do you sign out?
I am Barrister Pink Egbe. I don't have free advice for you. Bye for now.
My name is Stanley Paul Ikao. If you did enjoy what we served you this morning, trust me, the bumper breakfast would continue tomorrow, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. From the entire production crew, Afa Hussein, and Olatunji Badmus. To Samson Ajayi, Idowu Tasomi, and Sunday Adeogun, thank you so very much for setting up the studio for us to be live on the screen.
The conversation continues.
Is that?
Conversation continues on YouTube.
Of course, definitely. The conversation continues on YouTube and of course on our social media platform. To Engineer Ni and Mojid Wasiu, thank you so very much. Those are the two wonderful guys at the transmitter. To you out there, like I've always said, we can't be here talking with ourselves if you are not there. And that's why we say thank you so much for keeping faith with us. And we promise you we won't relent in bringing you nothing but the best of information that you can always bank on. My name is Stanley Paul Ikau. From the entire production crew, we'll do this again tomorrow, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. God bless Nigeria. I'm out.